His bones are thin, almost brittle. His body is gelatinous, more like jelly than muscles. But this is not a disadvantage. Where gravity doesn't matter and speed kills energy, lightness is the key to survival. This animal, adapted to patience, is a floating trap in the quietest void on Earth. Deep in the abyss, at a depth of about 3,000 meters, where sunlight disappears, lives one of the strangest predators that have ever lived in the ocean, the largemouth eel, Saccharynx ampullaceus. It's like a failed scientific experiment that somehow survived the evolutionary delete button. Imagine a long, slender body up to 2 meters long, ending in such a huge mouth that it looks like a lowered parachute ready to explode. This creature has no power, it's not fast, it's not even smart, but it is ideally suited for one task: to arrange ambushes. When food is scarce and the darkness is endless, evolution rewards bizarre creatures. And this eel has mastered the art of one-gulp survival. His mouth can open wider than the diameter of his body. Inside this grotesque balloon-like cavity is a row of backward-facing teeth that ensure that anyone unlucky enough to get inside will never come out. The largemouth eel does not chew, it swallows whole. And since there is little prey in the abyss, it often takes creatures of its own size, sometimes even larger. But what's amazing is that this huge mouth isn't just a trap, it's a pressure trap. The eel can inflate its throat like a balloon, using accumulated gases to create suction that pulls prey right into its mouth. In fact, it sucks the living creatures out of the depths. This inflatable feeding system is so rare that only a handful of deep-sea fish use it. Scientists believe that this mechanism helps compensate for muscle weakness and the crushing pressure of the ocean depths. And the tail, oh, the tail is a completely different story. At the end is a bioluminescent bait that glows with a faint red light, just enough to stand out in the dark. Red light is invisible to deep-sea animals, but not to the largemouth eel. This gives him an advantage in hunting. His prey cannot notice his approach. This is the ocean version of stealth technology. However, what makes it truly alien is the jaw structure. The jaws of most fish have a fixed hinge. The jaws of the largemouth eel can extend forward like a snake's, stretching the skin and cartilage into a food funnel. Think about it. An eel that can extend its mouth outward like a biological net. This flexibility allows him to absorb animals that are much larger than he can eat at first glance. Evolution didn't empower him, it gave him the opportunity to reach out. And that's where things get even stranger. Scientists still don't know how the largemouth eel reproduces. No one has ever found eggs or juveniles in the wild. Perhaps they live at different depths, or perhaps their life cycle includes a larval form completely unknown to us. This mystery haunts deep-sea biologists. As one researcher said, every time you think you understand depth, it laughs at you in return. When you look at a largemouth eel, it's easy to think that it's ugly, monstrous, and wrong. But this is not the case. This is the answer. A quiet, effective, frighteningly perfect answer to the question, what does survival look like when there is nothing to eat? As Leonardo da Vinci once said, simplicity is the highest degree of sophistication. Deep down, it's more than a philosophy, it's a law. Largemouth eel is not difficult to prepare. It's just incredibly effective. Everything superfluous is removed in it: muscles, beauty, color, and only what matters is preserved. The mouth, the light, and the will to live. And in this sense, it is a mirror for ourselves. Because in the most difficult conditions, be it the depths of the ocean or life itself, only those who adapt, who stretch, who endure survive. If you enjoyed this dive into the strange, help the channel develop, like, subscribe, and support the project. Any help will help keep these deep-sea stories alive, and I promise the next creature will make it almost normal. Because down there, in the silent black miles below us, nature's imagination never stops.